Hi guys, so today we are in Xcode and we are going to look at few extension methods to convert an array of certain type to another type. So here we have the initial setup. We have a stream enum, we have a student class, and a student will have things like name, age, country and stream. Stream will be the enum here, and we will have a simple animal class. So we have these two different kinds of types, and we'll make an array of these types. We'll initialize a variable called living, and we'll put animals and students in this living array. Now what we want to do is we want to define some extension methods which will just take this array and cast this array to another type. So supposingly you have an array of integers and you wanted to cast it to an array of type strings. So you just give it the array, and the extension method should convert the integer array to a string array. So how should we go about writing such kind of array? Let's try to do it. Okay, we'll define a method, say cast. We have this will be the type to which we want to cast to, type T. We will call it T because we might want to cast it to any type, and eventually it will return a array of type T. So you will have an initial array of some type, and eventually you will want to convert it to an array of type T. Let's do it then. So let's declare a temporary array of type T, and let's initialize it to an empty collection. Now we'll go over through each item of the array. So we'll say var item in self, and we'll try to cast each item and add it to our temporary array. So we'll say array temp dot append, we'll say cast the item as T, and finally we will return this temporary array. Okay, so this should do it. It will take each item of array one by one, and it will cast it to a array of type T. Let's give it a spin. So supposingly we have a living array which is of type any, and initially we'll delete these items. Let's cut them from here. So now we just have two students, and we will try to cast this array. So we'll say var cast array equals living dot cast, and to define to what type we want to cast it into, we'll have to simply define it here. So we want this cast resulting array to be of type student, and remember living was of type any. So let's print and see what it returns to us. Print cast array. Okay, let's see. So here it is. So we have our students. So in the cast array which is of type student, we just casted our living array which was of type any to a array which is of type student. But what happens if along with students we had animals too in this array? So we'll do one thing. We'll add some animals over here, and now let's see. Now if we try to cast, we get an exception over here. So it was not able to cast our students, and definitely it makes sense. You cannot cast an student to an animal. What should we do then? Let's define a better function which will handle this scenario. So let's define a function and we'll call it of type. And this will again be a generic function of type t. And it will also return an array of t. Okay. And simply we will steal this declaration of an temporary array from here. And also this block of for and the return type. Okay. But this time, before we add the items to this temporary array, we'll just, before adding the items, we'll check whether we can cast the item to t or not. So if temp is t, only then go ahead and add the item to the temporary array. Otherwise, discard that item. Alright, so let's see if that solves our problem now. Instead of using the cast, we'll use of type. Extra pair of braces. Okay, now let's see. And here we go. It has successfully casted an array which had multiple types of item to an array of type student. So we get all the students over here. Similarly, if we wanted to cast to type animal, here we go. We had our animals here. We have our animals here. So that's how easy it is. So these two functions, extension methods, they help you cast an array of some type into another type. So we'll be writing more cool and complex extension methods like transform, extension methods like group. Don't get intimidated by this kind of syntax with so many items going in and going out. It's very easy once you get the feel of it, how it works, passing closures to a function and how those closures operate on items. It's a very easy concept. For full course, please go to udemy.com and refer to my course Extending Your Knowledge with Swift Extensions. There I talk in detail about lots of such functions like transform, group by, filter, grabbing a minimum item or a maximum item, and lots of such functions. So yeah, please go ahead and take that course and take your knowledge to the next level. And thanks for watching this video. Thank you and have a good day.